Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariola. I'm really excited because we are kicking off a new series on this channel where we're going to be visiting every single pueblo in Puerto Rico, and there are so many. We are actually going to be going in alphabetical order, so I guess you could call it Puerto Rico A through Z or Puerto Rico A la Z. So pueblos, I think in English kind of translates to municipalities or towns. So I'm really excited because there's still so much that I've yet to see of my beautiful island, even though I grew up here and we've been living here for the past 3 years. So I'm really excited to share these experiences with my husband and also share it with you guys. So what to expect in these videos, we're going to be trying to doing them monthly, and we're going to choose the top things to do in that pueblo. Of course, because of time, we're only going to be spending 1 day there, so we don't have time to do absolutely everything on the list. I will share with you guys the top things and a little bit about the history, take you guys to el pueblo of each one of the towns and explain why they're so important here. And of course, at some time in the future, once we finish the whole list in alphabetical order, we'll definitely revisit some of these places and do more things that we weren't able to do because of time. So this is going to be a long series in this channel. I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any recommendations whatsoever on things to do, please let us know in the comments at any point of the videos that I will be making. And to kick off this video, we are going to Adjuntas. We have been there before, so I will link up the video above and I'll make a little bit of a reference throughout this video if you guys want to check it out. So I'm excited to do the rest of the stuff that we missed there. So let's get into the video. So Adjuntas is about 2 hours from the San Juan area, and along the way you pass by so many municipalities that we're so excited to further explore in the future, like Arecibo, Atillo, Camuy, and Lares. We finally made it to Adjuntas, la ciudad del gigante dormido, which is the city of the sleeping giant, since there is a couple of mountains that look like a giant is sleeping on his back, and there is a folk tale about it that I will show you a little later on. But one of the best things to do in Adjuntas is visit a coffee farm where you can do a tour and tasting. So this time around, we went to Sandra Farms Coffee. Disclaimer, this is a town where it gets the coldest in Puerto Rico, relatively speaking. So during the Christmas season, it can get down to the 40s, so always bring a jacket just in case. And also, to get to these coffee farms, you have to drive up the mountains in a super narrow road with plenty of potholes, so be warned and come prepared. Thankfully, to get to Sandra Farms, it's mostly a one-way since it's the only thing at the end of the road, so you don't have to drive anxiously that someone might come the opposite direction as you get closer. Once you see this sign, you made it to the farms and you can park. So since we made it about 10 minutes early, we walked around the immediate grounds and went to the bathroom, which is very rustic. The views, however, were amazing, and we were lucky that it was such a beautiful day, though it did rain for a couple of minutes during the tour. Marcelo was an amazing tour guide. He was so knowledgeable about everything to do with coffee, including the process and its history, as well as the history of Puerto Rico. He took us around the grounds and showed us the coffee trees, as well as other trees that they have, like the sugarcane.
I have this and one goes away. This over here is how we do one of the two processes of coffee. We take it out of the peel by the machine over there. We wash all the sucrose and fructose out, and then we put it to the farm. Sandra and Israel Gonzalez bought this farm in 1994, but they moved in here after being planting a lot of stuff. In 1997, they retired. They're in their 80s right now. Okay. So in the Storm George in 1998, this coffee tree fell. This is the tree itself. So these came after that in 1999. The Storm Maria came through. We had to prune the coffee to this and over here, and these came in 2018. So 1996, 1999, 2018.
Nice.
that was just some of the many cool information he shared with us that I hope you're all able to experience one day. And in the back, they had some coffee beans that were basically air drying, and this is where they do their composting. And then he took us to where they were roasting the beans. As you can see, this is a part of the tour where it rained a bit, but thankfully we were working our way up to the residence of Sandra and her husband. And on the way there, Marcelo showed us some of the food that they grew there, such as avocados, ginger, star apples, and so many more, as well as they had so many beautiful flowers leading up there. In the house, we got to see the machine where they would prepare the coffee, and then we headed upstairs to the balcony to try out some of their coffee with this amazing view. The tasting was an awesome experience. It included some blends that are meant to be drank black without any sugar, milk, or creamer, and I must say we enjoyed them. And we also got to try out their chocolate that was so freaking good. We ended up taking 2 bags home. You seriously have to try their turmeric and black pepper chocolate. The tour was a total of 2 hours, and it was $30 per person through their website, just as an FYI. Another cool coffee place that you can find in Adjuntas that we had previously visited was Hacienda Tres Angeles. It's also a 2-hour tour of the grounds with some tasting at the end, and if you want to check out our experience there, make sure to click the video I've linked up above of our time there. Also in Adjuntas from our previous visit is the Indigenous Ceremonial Center of Caguana, where you can learn all about the Taínos, the indigenous community that lived in Puerto Rico before the Spanish conquest, all about their culture and their traditions. I definitely recommend it, and if you want to see more also about our visit there, you can click the video that I've linked up above. After the Sandra Farms coffee tour, we drove about 35 minutes to El Charco Ataud. As you can see, we parked on the side of the road, and then we followed this pathway down, which was slippery in some parts. So in El Charco Ataud, there are about 3 waterfalls. We made it to the top one, as you can see. So if you want to make it to the bottom one that apparently has some deep water for swimming, you do have to walk down the rocks towards the side of this for a couple of minutes. As you can see, we clearly didn't do that, but just know it's an option and it's the only way to get down there. So this is what you would see if you would make it to the bottom. About a 7-minute drive from El Charco Ataud is the Lago Garzas. So we were actually looking for the Puente La Hamaca that they had here, but it is permanently closed. So if you're looking to do that, just know that it is not there anymore. This is the puente I was referring to, but it was still a beautiful view of the lake. And our next stop is La Plaza de Recreo de Adjuntas, or La Plaza Aristides Mall Boscana. Oh my goodness. Las plazas públicas, or the public plazas, were very big in Puerto Rico, as it was a place with major government, commercial, and church buildings where people would gather for social, cultural, and political purposes. However, with the development of shopping malls, the plazas have suffered and kind of deteriorated, but in recent years, there has been kind of this little renaissance going on where cool new restaurants, bars, and coffee shops open up, and they have various festivals for the holidays. So we love stopping at every municipality's plaza on every visit. While here, we stopped at a gift shop to get some stuff for some family in Florida, and we also stopped by the bakery for fresh bread. This is Adjuntas flag and coat of arms, or in Spanish, escudo. Nearby, we saw this Castillo de los Niños that looked so fun, and we then went to Casa Pueblo, which was right near the plaza, and it has an amazing story of ecological activism since the 1980s, through which they've earned prizes. They supply renewable energy to the first ecological radio station in Puerto Rico and in the Caribbean, and they aim to continue to teach the community and protect the natural, cultural, and human resources. So it was a really awesome experience. I definitely recommend it, and inside the facility you can find various things such as a beautiful butterfly garden. Lastly, we stopped by Hacienda Maribo, which is an Argentinian restaurant with an amazing view and a small petting zoo with goats, geese, and horses. Remember how I mentioned that this is the city of the sleeping giant? So one of these mountains makes up said giant. I really couldn't pinpoint it in the video, but when I googled it, it does look like someone facing up. And according to the legend, there was a giant that lived there during the era of the Taínos until one day an indigenous witch shot him and he fell back and he basically petrified over the years as a mountain. So it was honestly such a great way to end our day in Adjuntas because the view was amazing. It was so cool to spend time with the animals up close, and the food was so good. So for food, we got fried cheese with guava sauce and some Argentinian beer, as well as carne frita, fried pork, and chicharrones de pollo, basically fried chicken, with trifongo, which is mofongo made with fried green plantains, fried sweet plantains, and boiled yuca. It was insanely good. And that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!